essential.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay, now that you can follow the rest of the questions you wanted to ask.
Yes, I'll ask a couple of questions and then Julian can ask you some questions to all the rest of the people here. So I just wanted to ask about digestion, if you encounter any problems when you eat,
No.
any bloating or
No,
stomach issues.
It's normal.
Okay. And how many times do you go to the toilet?
Once a day.
And, how would you describe the quality of the stools? Are they hard?
It's
You have diarrheas or
no,
constipation or stuff like that?
no constipation, don't have diarrhea. It's normal.
Okay. Do you ever have any feeling of palpitations in your body, like you feel your pulse, or
No.
do you have any headaches?
No headaches. Maybe that the last during the COVID period, some headaches, but generally I don't have headaches.
Okay. Do you have any issues with your eyesight?
Yeah, the last one or 2 years, getting worse. The sight is getting.
You have myopia.
Yes. But since the last year, it got much worse.
Okay. Do you feel any pain in joints, bones, muscles?
Many pains.
Could you describe some of them?
I feel pain on both shoulders,
Uh-huh.
mostly on the back shoulder. The whole movement.
Okay.
Right.
You cannot lift, I mean,
I cannot lift
the whole range of the
it
movement.
feels a lot of pain here. Low back pain.
Okay. Could you please stand up and show me if it's okay? Okay.
Here.
Okay.
And also left knee joint pain.
Okay. Is this kind of, has this been long, or is it a dull pain? Is it
It's been long, especially the knee and the left shoulder. It's for some years now.
Okay.
Also the back pain comes and goes, not for years now. Also,
Okay.
the shoulder pain is always there.
Okay.
I feel it.
Is it fixed pain, or do you feel it all around? Could you just point at a specific area that it hurts?
Not a specific point. Specific area is here. Mostly both shoulders.
Has it been at the same during the same period, like when you had the main issue with tinnitus?
The needs 4 years before, I think. Also the left shoulder, but the right shoulder came up the last years,
Okay.
the last couple of years.
Okay. Have you had like puncture for that issue before? I mean,
Yes.
I'm asking mostly about the
Yeah, I
tinnitus.
had.
And did it get any better?
Maybe sometimes it was getting better, but then it was coming back.
Okay. So this is Julian, he's my supervisor. He can ask anything if he wants, or my colleagues here can also ask questions.
There's just one question I'd like to ask. When did you decide that you wanted to take up Chinese medicine?
When did I decide?
When did you decide? Yeah. When did you feel the need that you needed to find something new to say? How many years ago was that?
It was at 2018, I think. I lost my job. Since then I start to
2019 you lost.
2018.
2018.
18. And I said to myself, I'll find something to do, something else that makes me feel better.
So it was forced on you, as it were. The change in your life was.
Yes, it wasn't it wasn't exactly my decision,
Yeah.
but I took advantage of that.
Yeah.
I said it didn't came just for,
Yeah.
it came for a reason.
Yeah.
That's my thought. I said I have to find some. I wasn't happy with my job, my previous job. I wasn't feeling well. It was a nice job. It was okay. The money, everything was fine. But at that point, I said it's not that what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to do something else for me, and if I can, also for the others. If I can give something to the other people, it will be better.
The reason I ask this question is when you make a really important transition in your life, then this often odd diseases appear. And it's a sort of cleansing process. So a lot of people have acquired sort of various imbalances through their life. They get immunizations when they're young, they've had misspent youth, they get, crazy teenage and crazy 20 years old. And then there's a certain amount of stuff gets accumulated. And when they find their path in life, a new way in their life, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Then often you get illnesses as a sort of purification process, which goes on for quite a few years, quite a few years. And it doesn't seem to be the case here. Could be, but I don't know.
Just to add something, that period I took the decision. I was lost my job. It was also my wife at 6 months of
6 months pregnancy.
So
Very
it
important.
was much harder to take a decision to change
Yeah.
totally my professional.
Yeah, but you already had the tinnitus at that time.
Not really.
Yes, I did.
You had it before that.
I had it before that. But I stopped mentioning it. Maybe I had the time to mention it more
Yeah.
after that.
Because the interesting thing is, we speak openly now, yes, I think that he decides to change path in a way, and then he also has to undertake the bringing up of the children, which is not actually, let's say, his role, I mean, in a broad way. Which can be very also stressing, or taking back to a place that
He didn't want to be.
he didn't want to be naturally. Maybe that can stress, or maybe stress out his body, or make him feel a little bit,
Because my wife was supporting her job, but I had support in another way.
Yeah.
So
And also, he looks like a person that he takes his responsibilities, not like, okay, I don't give a shit about my children. So he's a caring person. So this can come in a conflict inside, and maybe make something rise up, or not feelings that are not expressed in the right way, and can affect the liver, and maybe
Absolutely.
stimulate the young in another way.
It's all part of the. Yes, that's filling out the picture. That's great.
Yeah.
So there's a question.
yes,
Hi, Mother, can I have 2 questions?
Of course.
Your urination, is it more frequent? Do you have any urogenital, like frequent urination, pale urination?
No, we don't have frequent urination.
No?
I don't drink much water.
Okay.
I hardly drink 1 or 2 glasses per day. Maybe I drink some herbal teas, maybe, but okay, an extra cup, just 1 cup a day.
Okay.
Is your urine normal color?
Yeah.
Yes, it's normal.
And quick question about the pain, like shoulders. Do you think it's something that maybe occurred when you started caring for the children, or was it from before? Like, you know, from physical effort to, you know, be lifting kids.
I suppose that it can count this also, but I don't think it's only this.
So did you feel like some sort of weakness already before?
Yeah, not the weakness, but the pain. It was, especially the left shoulder was there years before.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Where is the pain in your knee exactly? In which side?
It's mostly on the other side.
Or left? Or
Other.
You have any distension like in the chest or the abdomen? Do you ever notice that tension or a feeling of bloating or anything?
No, no bloating. Some distension sometimes over here, yes, especially the last days.
It's like in the center.
It's in the further. It's over here.
Do you notice that it becomes more intense if you're feeling emotional or some other reason?
No.
maybe because of COVID, after COVID,
Probably.
because I have the same.
Hello, colleagues, I'm Linda. Nice to meet you. I would like to ask you, before taking care of your children and have this role that was perfect, but it was a full-time take caring. Did you have this role before in your life, or it was the first time? Taking care of your father, your mother, your sister?
No, it wasn't like that. I didn't have to take care of them. I always taking care of them, but not that I was the one that had to be there.
Okay.
Did someone ask about appetite?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, guys, we need to be moving on because time is passing by. So, before we take a look at the tongue and maybe take a pulse, can I say what I'm thinking of, like in general terms? So, I'm thinking that probably it's, like you said, of course, it's a liver and kidney issue. I can see that. I'm thinking like there is a combination of liver getting a little bit pressed, like from stress and feelings that have not been regularly expressed, and on the other hand, it's kidney, which comes from exhaustion and some kind of fear, maybe that about what's going to happen and have a responsibility, kids, work, and stuff. So what I would do, I would a little bit tonify the kidney energy and maybe soothe the liver somehow, or bring down some energy from going up. Should I go jump to points? I don't know. What do you think?
Very much along the right. That's very much along the right lines. Because what they don't say so much in the Chinese books is there's a condition of liver weak, which is this person, liver and kidney weak, which is this sleeping pattern, which requires actually more tonification of the liver rather than sedation of the liver. It's partly a cultural phenomenon that the Chinese, because they're so constrained in their life, that anger and is like really big thing for them. Whereas we're not so constrained in the way. We can have an argument. There's things we can do if we're angry. Anyway, whatever. There's this because the liver's weakened. One of the functions of the liver is to ensure the free flow of qi, which means adaptation. You have to adapt to this. You have to. If somebody says come, you have to come. And so it's being on beck and call of the children all the time. That's something which will weaken the liver. And so personally, I would emphasize the tonifying the liver rather than soothing the liver, which is this old Chinese thing. But basically, you're on the right, very much along the right lines there.
Okay.
Personally, I would focus in on the sleep, because sleep, that's another thing that also isn't said in the Chinese books, is lack of sleep. Just weakens the kidneys. That's you don't, but it's during the night time that you recover the qi.
I think that strikes me up a little bit strange is that although you would say that tinnitus may be combined with heat, he doesn't have very obvious heat issues. So can we have a brief look at your tongue? Yeah. Okay. Take it out. Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Can we see it also?
Yes, of course.
All message.
Well, it's not red, for sure. It's a little bit pale. Has some coating, but
When you get like a thin, dirty coat like that, it often relates to some measure of liver stagnation. I mean, no, in principle it's the digestion, but in practice it's often that particular type of that particular colour, sort of grey, sort of thin grey coat, is often related to liver stagnation.
okay, I didn't know that.
But I would say that the pale fits in with what's coming out of it, doesn't it? You know, it's not sort of nothing like this. His voice is not very strong. It's a little bit on the high-pitched side, which is a sign of coolness in nature, or yang deficiency, rather than it's yin deficiency if the voice is lower and more graft down there.
Yeah. So, shall I suggest points?
I don't. They take his pulse.
Then I'm gonna do it on camera. I'm not used to taking photos. So I'm gonna come up.
Εδώ.
You turn like this.
Roberto, are you gonna have helpers today? Do you have helpers?
Ah, yes, I can.
Usually it's two people that they are helping, yeah? So maybe they can also take...
Okay, the first two that
Okay,
so
okay.
Brian probably.
Maybe at some point they can also take the pulse, yeah?
So this is the